Hey y'all, it's your girl Tangy. Today is Thursday and I have decided to do a meatloaf. Now, in New Orleans, we have this tradition where we cook certain foods on certain days. Like on Mondays, we do beans and rice. Say like Friday, we do seafood. On Thursdays, we'll do something like a meatloaf or something like that. Wednesdays, we normally do something like spaghetti and meatball. Go figure why, I don't know. It's just one of those traditions. Sundays, we have these big, gigantic meals for our families, and we normally come together, gather, talk, laugh, eat some more, talk some more, laugh, eat, and just have a great time. So right now, I want to go over my ingredients that I have here to make it. And I have ground beef. I have minced garlic. I have green onion. I have yellow onion. I have breadcrumbs. I have essence. Now, essence is something that I got from Emerald. It consists of garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, thyme, and oregano. It is all mixed up together like this. It's a really great seasoning. So I have this. I have 2 eggs to help with the cohesiveness, and that's what the breadcrumbs does as well. I have Creole seasoning just in case I want to add some more seasoning to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some onion. Add that just like a little big pinch and then a small pinch. I'm going to add some green onion. And I told you, when it comes down to New Orleans, we love seasoning. So we're really big on it. This is pepper. Parsley, I'm sorry. So just a little bit of parsley here. And I'm going to add. And no, you don't pre-cook it. It's going to cook while the meat is cooking in the oven. Okay? So I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic here. And my essence. Don't be afraid to add that. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of pepper. Add my egg, like so, and add my breadcrumbs. Okay? And I love the Italian style breadcrumbs by Progressive. But you can use any type. But I suggest that you use something of this size. Okay? So I'm going to go in. And just try to combine everything together. It smells so good. And it's not even cooking. I'm telling you. I smell all of the seasonings. It feels really great. And I'm happy because it's not going inside of my fingernails. That's the best part. So then I just keep mixing it in, and I think that's about enough. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab it like so. Mix some of it. Place it in a pan. I got all of it. And then I'm going to shape it like a meatloaf. Bring it together, shape. Together, shape. Together, shape. It's like playing with Play-Doh. I love playing with Play-Doh as a child, so this is great for me. Might be therapeutic too. Like the squishy balls when you're stressed or something like that. So I'm gonna let this cook in the oven for about 35 minutes. 35 minutes. And the juices that come from this, I am going to use it to make my roux. So this is what my meatloaf looks like right now. And we'll see what happens once it comes out of the oven. So I'm placing it in the oven on 425. You know what? I'm going to do 450. Let's see. There we go. Place it in the oven. I'm going to let it cook first. I'm going to let it cook a little bit first. Get the juices flowing. And then I'm going to cover it with some foil at about 15 minutes. Because I don't want to dry it out too much. So I'll be back once I take it out of the oven. Okay, so my meatloaf is in the oven. I covered it with some foil, and now I am ready to do my corn. And I'm using sweet corn, cream style, and 2 cans of whole. Okay, I turn the stove on to like a medium heat. And we normally add seasoning in with our corn as well. So I'm gonna use just a little bit of olive oil, not that much, just so the stuff won't burn. Olive oil, or Earl, like we said in New Orleans. I love Earl. Okay, and then just a little bit of onion, not that much. And let that start simmering a little bit. Okay, stir that around. And a little bit more. Okay, let that start simmering. And then while that's simmering, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my mashed potatoes. So I'm going to bring this to a high heat because I'm going to want this water to start boiling. Or boiling, like we said in New Orleans. So this is 3 cups of water. This is 2.5 cups of whole milk. Okay. Yes, I measured it, but it was just easier to measure it up front and put it into a container. I could just pour it in. So I'm going to give that a chance to boil. And so while that is getting cooking, heating up rather, I'll go ahead and start adding my corn. Whole. And then here's my cream style to bring it all together. Okay. Yep. Mix that in. And I'm gonna add just a little seasoning. You don't need much because it already has a lot of salt. So I'm just doing this just that we add flavor to everything. That's New Orleans cooking. So just a little bit of that and just a little bit of pepper. And everything is better with margarine or butter. So I'm gonna just let that cook. So while I'm letting this cook and I'm waiting for this to boil or burl and this to cook, I'll be back. Okay, so the corn is cooking. The meatloaf is cooking. And my milk and water is getting hotter. And I also have over here some of the juice from the meatloaf. I had added a little olive oil and some onion for my roux. So turn this down just a little bit. Spread it around in there just a little bit like that. Bam. Just a little bit at a time. A little bit more. My mom was a pro when she did this. It took me a while and some practice, but she is an absolute pro. Turn it down just a little bit more. I'm going to just add a little bit more flour. Okay? Salt, just a little bit, pepper just a little bit, continue to stir. Adding my water here. Just let that cook a little bit more. Turn this down just a little bit more. So add one more cup of water. Continue to cook. Okay, so I have my corn cooking. My roux is ready. It tastes delicious. And I have my milk and my water here. So I'm ready to start my potatoes. I'm going to turn this fire down just a little bit to about a 2. I have the Betty Crocker butter and herbs and roasted garlic, but I'm going to still add my own twist to it, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is slowly Empty the contents into the pot and stir. And I'm going to check it out to see how it is after I put the second one in. If I need to add more water or milk, I will. And I think I will. It's a little thick, and I want it to cook just a little bit more. So I have some water here. Add just a little bit. That's probably like a half a cup. Blend it in just a little bit more. I want it more creamy than anything. I don't like lumpy mashed potatoes. So my potatoes are creamy. So it's ready for me to make it a loaded mash because that's what I want. So I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Creole seasoning, green onion, some bacon bits. Everything gets better with bacon. So I have some real DeMario bacon bits. Just pour a little in there, not too much. Stir. Already added my stick and a half of butter. I'm going to add a little bit of onion powder, like so, and a little bit of garlic. I did 3 slices of American cheese, and the reason why I did that is because I forgot to get the shredded cheese while I was out at the store. No biggie. And stir. See how creamy that is? Look. It's creamy. Last but not least, I'm going to add a little sour cream. Stir. Give it a taste just to make sure that all of the seasonings, that I have enough in here and that it tastes good. So here we go. So good. So good. Okay, y'all, so I took the meatloaf out of the oven. We had a little bit more oil in that, or Earl. And then I just poured it off into a bowl because I didn't want that inside here. The next thing I am going to do is pour my roux over it, like so.
Why? Yep. All the roux.
All the roux.
Yep.
Use it all. And make sure it's completely covered. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to pop this back in the oven without the cover for about 12 to 15 minutes. And let it cook down a little bit more and let that cook with the roux. My potatoes are done. My corn is done. Just waiting on this. Be right back. So guess what, guys? We are done. The meatloaf is done. Look at this. Right? The mashed potatoes are done. And the corn is done. So here is the final product. I have my meatloaf, mashed potatoes. I have my corn. So let me taste. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Delicious. So good, guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.